Hi there and welcome back to another video from Lottiejasminedesigns. In today's video we're going to be using the Hydroflow medium, which is a two-part made up of the powder and the liquid. Here we've already pre-mixed some off camera and we've added some paint pigments, and the paint pigment we used was acrylic paint, any design. So we're going to make two molds, and here we are just layering up the different colours. You can do this in whatever order you want to. Obviously this clip's been sped up, and the idea is that it creates a layered, slightly marbled look in the finished product, the finished project. So just filling them up to the top. One thing you need to remember to do is to agitate the moulds as well. So we had quite a bit of product left over because, you know me, I always make too much rather than too little. And so we've used these other smaller blue moulds, which are like little mini pots that you can put small plants in, or bits and bobs or trinkets of any kind that you want. So here we go. Just finishing filling them up to the top. And then we're going to agitate them. But before we do that, we're just going to go around the edges. As you can see, I'm doing my usual swizzling and swirling, just trying to encourage it to mix between the layers. It will do what it wants to do, but there's no harm in giving it a little helping swizzle. Also just going around the edges here to try and get rid of any air bubbles that may be trapped. Because one thing you do need to do with this particular product is you need to agitate the moulds and tap the sides. So just doing the same thing with this larger square and circular pot mould. There we go. Again, lovely, lots of lovely pretty patterns. Probably won't look at all like that in the finished thing itself, in the finished object. So again, just go careful with whatever you're using so you don't pierce or mark the mould. There we go. Swizzling and swirling. So this is after 40 minutes. This takes next to no time to cure. So just releasing the mould slightly from the sides. Just pushing it down. These tabs are quite good for that. Pushing it down, push it down. Going to take it out. Now it was at this point that I'd realised it hadn't cured completely. It felt too hot to the touch and I should have realised. So after a full 40 minutes demould time, or setting up time, curing time, we're now going to attempt the second time around to demould it and see whether or not any chance of saving that one lovely little pot. I don't think so, but let's see. So we're going to just pull the tabs down slightly, push down. This mould's really quite good for being able to remove things from it. So you've probably already got a sneaky glimpse. There we go. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's quite the big failure. User error. My error. Yeah, as you can see, we tried desperately to push it back in the mould and we've ended up with lots of holes. So if this was going to be a sieve, it'd be all right, but obviously it's not. It's supposed to be a pot that hold things, and it's not. So never mind. It's all practice. So here is the second one. That one's looking a lot better. And then here we go with the third final one for these little pots. So a bit of work to do on them, but that's quite a nice effect there. You've got a bit of, it's almost like clouds in the sky perhaps, with the green grass on the bottom, a bit landscapey looking. So they've kept their layers quite well. Hasn't mixed very well. There's another technique I'm thinking of trying to try and get more of a mix of these, but that'll be in a future project. They look quite good. Doesn't look like we've got too many little little pockets of where bubbles were that didn't quite make it to the surface. We're going to do some sanding on the bottoms, take off the sharp edges, and also just to finish it up a bit. We'll do that by using wet and dry sandpaper. And here we are now with the much larger square and round mould. This was definitely after a full 40 minutes curing time. So again, these are, I don't know quite why these moulds are attached. That's how they came. But we're hoping for a similar effect to what we've got on the smaller pots there. So here we go. We're just going to push down. As you can see, they come out. The mould comes away from the sides really easy. There seems to be something strange happening on the top there. Not quite sure what's happened there. Hopefully that's not the same all the way through. Fingers crossed. So that's the round one. The moulds come away quite clean, and that's the square one. So put the mould to one side. Always make sure that you clean up your moulds, keeps them, you know, nice and tidy and ready for use. So yeah, we seem to have more green on this one than blue. As small ones had more blue than green. It's just a different order, I think, that I poured the Hydroflow into it. But it looks quite good. I mean, if you love greens, you're going to love these pots. If you don't love greens, then you're not going to love these pots. But, you know, it's up to you what colourway you use and the design you try for these particular types of objects. So, yeah, we do need to do some sanding. So we'll sand up the bottoms of these. We'll take off any little sharp edges and so on. And then what we'll do with all of these pots, the small ones and the big ones, with all of the projects that we use Hydroflow for, we will then spray it with 3 coats of the recommended sealer, which we purchased from Elichem, which is where we got the Hydroflow product from. All information regarding products we've used and so on will be in the description box at the bottom of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. We will keep practicing. We will show you the good with the bad, and thank you for tuning in. Hope you like these the design, hope you like the finished article, and we will see you again very soon with another one of our videos. Take care everyone. Like, share and subscribe. Bye.